So I'm a communication and French literature student. It's my 7th year on campus. I'm technically 4th year, and I'm 2 courses away from graduating, so yes, I will be taking 2 more classes to finish my undergrad. Okay, 3 words and then 1 sentence is okay. The reason I'm kind of hesitating is because we have 5 themes in our platform, so I don't know if I should just say the themes or... Okay, so our 5 themes are student voices, student rights, fees, food services, and student space. So, like I just mentioned, we have the 5 themes for our platform. In Student Voices, one of the things that we're going to be promoting is the implementation of General Assemblies, but it's also an opportunity to talk about the student representation that we have at all levels of governance within the university, so we want to increase our student representation. Student Rights is going to be about making sure that the university is not implementing policies that are harmful for students, like, for example, policies around electronic devices in the classroom, but also making sure that the university is not adopting a code of conduct, kind of like we're seeing right now with the Faculty of Telford, to make sure that we're defending student rights from that perspective. In terms of student space, this is one of the platform points that I'm the most excited about, but we want to open a conversation about expanding the university center. The building was, the construction of the building was completed in 1973, so it's been about 40 years since we've had the conversation of what we want to do with the university center. I also think that this is a great opportunity to talk about how we can increase the amount of student spaces available. What are the needs on campus? Are we looking at having a community kitchen? Are we looking at having multi-faith spaces? So I think that that's going to be a really interesting conversation to have during the elections. For fees, as usual, my team's stance on tuition fees, which is student action. I don't know if I should say it like this on the radio, but like last year, student action is opposed to increasing tuition fees, and we're going to be continuing our lobbying efforts at all levels of governance to reduce tuition fees, but also we're going to be continuing to tackle hidden university fees, which was pretty successful in the last year. We got rid of the 25-cent charge at the debit machine in the cafeteria. The split fee as of September will be gone, as well as the fee for students who are switching faculty, so we're really happy with those student victories, and we want to continue that work. Food services is always a hot topic on our campus, making sure that we have healthy, affordable food options, but also food options that meet all students' dietary needs on campus. So those are some big highlights for our platform. Well, I'm running again because I'm obviously very passionate about the work that I've been doing so far in the last few years. I wouldn't be doing it again if I didn't really love it this much, but I'm really looking forward to continuing the work that we've started this year, new initiatives like the annual powwow, the fall festival, activities that bring the different communities on campus together, but also continuing, being strong advocates for students at all levels of governance, whether that be with the university, the municipality, the provincial, or the federal government. I think that some of our biggest victories are probably around hidden fees. I know that that was a really popular platform point last year, so I'm really proud to say that, especially the 25-cent charge at the debit machine in the cafeteria, it's 25 cents, but for every meal, that really adds up, and so I think students are really happy about that. So I'm really proud of that work. I think that something that the Student Federation can improve on next year is diversifying our social portfolio, just to have activities that reach out to different communities. I think that what we're doing right now is great, but I think that we could be doing more to reach out to a larger number of students. I'm running with the Slate Student Action, like I did last year. The reason we're running together is because we have a lot of similar goals. We see the Student Federation as a tool to empower students. We're a student union. We're there to defend students, to do advocacy work, to make sure that the University of Ottawa isn't taking advantage of students or treating them wrongfully, whatever it be, for increasing tuition fees or by implementing harmful policies. And our vision for the Student Federation and the changes that we want to see just aligns with all of the candidates. I think that we're working as a team, but obviously there are times where we're not 100%, agreeing with everything. And so I think that there would be an opportunity to compromise. And I think that at the end of the day, it's up to the students. And so I think that, if I disagree with my slate, but the majority of my slate wants to go a certain way, and they have the trust of students because they were elected to vote a certain way, whether it be on the executive or on the board, I think that it's my responsibility to respect that, to respect what elected students were elected to do, and trust that students elected people that do represent their needs and their best interests. I think that through my experience over the last 2 years, I've had the opportunity to work with people from other slates, and I think that I was able to compromise, to collaborate, to push some of my ideas through, but also be open to hearing what other people have to offer. And again, I think it comes down to respecting what students want to see on campus. And I think that if I'm elected and I'm elected with another slate, then I have to respect the decision that the students made. I think having a lot of leadership, because each executive position has to be, each executive has to be a leader in their own way. You walk into a setting where you have staff who have a lot of experience working with our services, with our different departments, and you have to bring in new ideas and adapt to how they're used to working. And so I would say that, a good leader is somebody who can adapt to that environment, but also bring forward fresh ideas and make sure the Student Federation is always moving forward and not stalling. Oh boy. I'm trying to think of like a funny moment maybe that I had on a dance floor, but I don't really have one. I don't know. Good funny question. I haven't thought about that one. I'm gonna go with the Backstreet Back. Backstreet Back. I think it would be Anne of the Green Gables. She's, very easygoing. She goes with the flow, but also I love her curiosity and how candid she is in the book. And so I think Anne of the Green Gables. I think I'm going to say Argentina, because I want to travel to Argentina anyways, but because I want to perfect my Spanish. They make really good wine, and I love wine, so and tango, it's kind of sexy. So yeah, Argentina.